What is going on, you freaking awesome people? Welcome to Operation Self Reset. I'm doing this episode in my car. I'm on my way to work. Unfortunately, I didn't have the bandwidth to record last night. I was going to do it this morning. Everybody was sleeping. I didn't want to start screaming and getting really intense. So here I am in my car. And today we're going to be talking about success. How to repeat success. Now, success to people, it has a very broad stroke of definitions. Some people believe success is based solely on personal gain, as in financial or job or career. Some people believe success is more on maybe the quote-unquote spiritual side of maybe having a successful family, being a successful individual that gives back to the world. But the success, I guess I want to focus in on today isn't so much about the spiritual side. It is actually about the personal growth side, about personal gain. Now, personal gain doesn't have to be evil. It doesn't have to say, oh my gosh, Jake, you're just talking about, how much more money can we make? And that's not the case. But personal success could be maybe going up a level in your career path. Success, repeating success could be doing well in an activity or a game or a chore or something where you know that you need to push yourself, that you need to work for, that you need to really focus in on and have that good mental attitude. So when you do show up for maybe that interview, or maybe you show up for that big challenge, that you're ready to go. Now, I want you to think of a success that you had previously. A success could be from anything, from getting your first job to being a successful individual to create a business plan, or an individual that had a challenge to climb a very kind of big mountain, or a challenge that was very, very challenging to a lot of other people. And I want you to go there and to think about the success that you have had. Now, I'm going to pause here for a second, and before I continue on how to repeat success, I want to maybe awaken the people that are thinking right now and driving in their car, I don't have success. I can't think of anything that I'm successful at or I have had success at. And I want you to stop right here and now. And this is even for the people that are quote-unquote achievers, people that are always moving and grooving, and they're always trying to get to that next tier, that next level. All of us, if you are a human on this planet, you are successful. If you're fortunate enough to be in a car right now, you're successful. If you're fortunate to be healthy, you're successful. If you're fortunate to have people around you that love you and care for you, you're successful, no doubt. And if you think that's all BS and I'm just, speaking out of one side of my mouth, then let's go down the history here of you reaching success. Do you know how to ride a two-wheel bike? You're successful. Do you know how to spell your name, or write it out, or read a book, or do simple math, or go into a store and buy items? Big or small, you are successful. Now, we think success is this glorious object in the sky. It's like trying to reach the sun. We know that's almost an impossible feat, right? There's a lot of danger and the complexity, and we have to leave Earth and all this stuff. But success doesn't have to be that outlandish. It can be very close to our home, very close to our heart, very close to our mind, very close to our spiritual side, but yet we don't think it is successful. But if you are an achiever, it's kind of hard to do. And I would consider myself an achiever of some sort. And obviously, if you're listening to this podcast, you're an achiever too. You're trying to achieve better for thyself, for you. And I high-five you. I congratulate you. And I truly think you're an achiever and a person that is striving for success. So let's get back to the idea of repeating success. Now, getting back to what I said before I had that little moment there. When was the last time that you had success? Could have been a couple years ago, could be 10 years ago, could be 50 years ago. And now, today, you're also striving for something. Now, I want you to think of, what did you do that allowed you to reach the award, to reach the success moment in your life? Was it that you put in the hard work? Was it that you got a trainer? Was it that you sat down and put your butt on a chair and grinded out the homework? Was it that you interacted with lots of people to get different ideas to allow you to excel? Was it that you went to courses and seminars and traveled around and got different experiences to help you create whatever the success you're reaching for? Now, a lot of those things that you used to do will apply to the success that you're trying to reach today, as in the kind of standards, putting in the work, trying your hardest, having good mental clarity, studying every day, reaching out to people, not being afraid to ask for help. All those things will allow you to help in today's regard. But what are the things that maybe you're not doing today that you could have done 50, 10, 5 years ago? And maybe because you didn't do them back in the day is because maybe there wasn't that much research about, or maybe there wasn't that much talk about it, or maybe it was just never brought up, or because now you've been living life, you have more experiences, you're around more things, you're able to understand that, wow, I need to get with this person instead of that person. And so the reason why I bring this up is there are a lot more studies, there's a lot more research, there's a lot more ideas in the world of general health. And the reason why I want to get down general health is because there are a lot of things that you and I can do to allow us to think clearly, have more energy, to be more able to have the confidence, and to, of course, on the game day, be prepared to succeed. And when I mean the health research, there's a couple of things. Number one, aromatherapy has been going gangbusters. Now, all research could be done from the people that sell those scents and oils and everything like that. But do your due diligence. And if you're looking for something to awaken your senses, or at least to give you a smell that puts you in the mood to, get down and dirty, to study, to grind it out, to work hard, whatever it may be a good idea for you to research what kind of smells and oils there are that stimulate different parts of the brain, different parts of the body. The biggest thing that I want to share from me to you through my research is understanding that a lot of people don't believe that the smell or the essential oil will allow their brain to spike with clarity. But they do understand that by smelling the same scent during their training, during their working hard or studying, and when it comes to game day, the day that they have to perform that task or to do that job or to take that interview or climb that mountain, and they're smelling that same scent, it gets them in the right frame of reference. And I thought that was pretty cool and pretty powerful. The next thing is this little thing called broccoli sprouts. Broccoli sprouts hasn't been around it's been around for a long time, but as of late, it has been going gangbusters. And the reason why broccoli sprouts is like this super food that you can grow in your cabinet, yes, you can, with broccoli seeds. I might be doing a video on this later, or a podcast on it later, is because it does a lot of great things for the body. It cleanses the liver, it detoxifies the body, it removes carcinogens from the body, and think of all the carcinogens that your body absorbs. Now, I work in an industry where I'm absorbing a lot more carcinogens than anybody else, so for me, broccoli sprouts sounded really intriguing, and also, too, the mental clarity that these people were getting, the cognitive research and the cognitive ability to remember more things by just eating broccoli sprouts, to me, was pretty interesting. Now, again, do your own research. If it applies, great. If you don't think it applies to you, well, then that's your jam. And the last thing that I want to say about overall health and well-being is understanding what the mind needs to thrive. Omega-3 fatty acids, it needs a lot of good oils in your diet for your brain to function properly. And also, too, with all the good things you're putting in, don't forget to take out the things that are not doing your body the justice. If you know you have a big, successful moment coming up, then should you really be drinking a cocktail every night? No. Should you be smoking? No. Those are obvious, but the things that are easy to do are also easy not to do. Before you go to bed, are you watching TV, or are you studying the last thing that you should be remembering? Because your brain recalls all the things that you last absorb. And if you're absorbing news, or you're absorbing your phone, or you're absorbing Netflix, you're not absorbing the good information you could be while you sleep. Are you recording yourself, preparing and mental clarity of going over those key attributes in your research, in your training, to mentally psych yourself up? All those things come together. Now, again, the essential oils, the broccoli sprouts, the kombucha, all these kind of quote-unquote tagline words of the health industry, they may not apply to you. You may think they're BS, and if you think they're BS, that's fine, but there is a powerful tool called the placebo effect. The placebo effect is nothing more than understanding that if you believe in something, if you know it's going to work for you, it will actually work. They've had countless amounts of documentation of people getting their knee getting surgically repaired. But little did the patient know that even though when he woke up, or he or she woke up from surgery and he looked at their knee, there were scars on it. Little did they realize that the doctor did nothing. They actually didn't go in there. All they did was create incisions to show that there were some scars, and the person hopped up out of that hospital bed. I mean, not like that instantly, but they hopped out of their hospital bed and they moved around. They felt no pain. They felt better and all that stuff. And regardless of what you think, if this is true or not, do your own research once again. Placebo effect is absolutely true. It is mind-boggling of the amount of research that is out there on people that have removed ailments, of people that have had, they thought that their joints were being replaced and they weren't, and the new life that they have, all because they believe that their body is now fixed. Placebo effect really works. This now slides into my last point of tricking your brain into success. You have had previous success before. The challenge that is in front of you right now is daunting, is hard, it is ridiculous, it's overwhelming, you don't have the time, I'm not interested in it, I don't think I can do it. The people that are taking it are so much smarter and better and bigger and stronger than me. There is absolutely no chance in all of the world that I am going to be able to reach this success. Why should I even do it? David and Goliath. A lot of underdogs beating the macho people out there in the world, and even you have your own story to tell. Even you have the ability to get up, to show up, and to wake up, to realize that you have the ability within to be successful in whatever asset that you want. There is no reason why you cannot be successful, but yet everybody else can. Why not you? Why not you to be the best, to reach the success, to get that mountaintop, to become the person you always strive to be? Why not you? Everybody else is doing their own thing. Focus on what you need to do to become successful. And the time that it takes for you to reach that success right now is going to take time away from your family, time away from your friends, time away from fun, time away from doing all the other things that you should be doing out in the world that you feel. But this little bit of sacrifice, even if it's a year, or even if it's 2 years, or even 5 years, 5 years out of a average lifespan of 80 years, to reach that success that you truly want, that you know you can have, and once you have it, you'll be grateful and you'll be better off in whatever facet, is well worth the investment. Stop making excuses. Start putting in the work. Doesn't matter the amount of essential oils or broccoli sprouts that you eat, or kombucha, or any other crazy thing that is out there today, or nootropics to stimulate your brain. No matter what all that stuff you take, if you don't put in the work, it's not going to result in the success that you want. To repeat success means understanding that you have had success at one point, and it means that today you're a different person than you were 5, 10, 15 years ago. But what do you do? What do you need to do today to make sure to get and reach that success? Why not you? Write it out on a sheet of paper, organize that plan, put it into action, do the work, understand the sacrifice is worth the success later on. Again, this may not apply to every single person listening, but hopefully this will inspire you to realize that if you put in the work, you will reach the success. And lastly, the belief point, why not you to get to that level? Why not you to become X, or why not you to reach X, or whatever the case may be. So go out there, do your best, be your best. I appreciate you guys full-heartedly. Have a great week, and we'll talk to you guys next week on Operation Self Reset. If there's anything that I can do for you, send me an email, jake@operationselfreset.com. We'll see ya.